Well, welcome to Monks Alive, and it's good to see everybody. And we got a comment from Jim, Jim Powers, old friend of mine. Great to see him, and see our view. I guess is good. Good to see you, Tim. Good to have everybody here, and including especially Tony. Hey, Tony.
How's it going?
Good, good. It's a beautiful day today here.
Not bad here. A little warm for me.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's a little warm, but what's your temperature there?
I was 73.
Oh, well, it's yeah.
Well, been in the 50s and 60s for a while, so it's a little warm today.
It's a little warm. It's 89 here. You can come on over.
No, I'll stay. Thanks.
It's not so bad. Yeah. Yeah. Good to see everybody. And got Jerry on here. Good to see him. Yeah. So I really enjoyed your tour around the place. The last video you did.
Cool.
Yeah, that was fun. Jerry's got a heat index of 107. I think he wins.
That too.
Yep, you can do that. Oh my. Tomorrow I'm planning on going out, spending the day out at a place. It's called Big Brutus. It's this huge electric shovel. And I'm going to spend the day there, talk about when strip mining for coal came to Southeast Kansas and how that worked out. And then this steam shovel, or this electric shovel, not a steam shovel. This thing, it's 160 feet tall. The shovel weighs 11.
Have a generator.
It's got electric motors and batteries and generators. Thing weighs 11 million pounds. It came in like a kit in 150 railroad cars, and the bucket is a 90 cubic yard bucket.
Wow.
It in a single scoop, it can pick up 150 tons of earth. So it's big.
That's kind of impressive.
It's a big boy, and yeah, it's fun to see it. This will be the last video of this series that I've been doing on sort of the history of Kansas. So I'm looking forward to getting that, and looking forward to moving on to another project. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but that's my problem. Is I start something and then I get about 80% through it. I'm ready to go to something else, and I don't know what that is.
I'm sure you'll figure something out quick enough.
Oh, we'll do something. Yeah. So maybe you can park your car or truck in the bucket. Well, you can't. They've done weddings in the bucket, Jerry. They've had the whole wedding ceremony as they would only do in Southeast Kansas. They're in the bucket.
Yeah, no doubt.
And yeah, we had a lot of coal, and it was first found up at Leavenworth, and that was back in, when would they find coal there? Just a minute, I'll tell you. I got it here, so I've got all my notes. 1827, they found coal.
They're still mining it?
The last, with all the regulations and everything that came in, the last coal company shut down in when did they close? Oh, 2016, February 2016.
It's just too hard to transport now?
Well, it was between the environmental regulations and they were running out of coal that was easy to get to. It started out in the 19th century. They were actually doing deep shaft mines, like in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And they would dig shafts, and they had a lot of the we got Don on here. Hey, Don.
Hey,
Good to see you.
long time no see.
Yeah, I was thinking about you. Good to have you here.
Yeah, sorry I'm late.
You're fine. I was just telling about the coal mining here in southeast Kansas, and then they went from the deep shaft mining because of how dangerous it was, and they started just doing strip mines. So they just dug up the earth, and so all through southeast Kansas, you've got these big scars where they dug up the topsoil. But now they've gone through and reclaimed it and turned all that into wildlife areas. So it's great fishing, hunting, just to get outdoors, good trails out through all of that. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So what you been up to, Don?
Well, we just got back last night from our round the West Loop trip.
Oh, okay.
I've been gone 3 weeks.
So
That's fun.
I think I drove about 5,000 miles or more.
oh man.
Hey,
Hurrah, Del Dog.
Got to see went Rocky Mountain National Park, met my son in Yellowstone, and spent time there in Grand Teton National Park. Went back to Oregon, went down to Northern California, and then went down to camped at a place outside of Bishop, and then went down to Arizona to see my daughter, and then we're back here. So.
Oh wow. Well, did you guys cross each other's paths, Tony?
Oh, probably. You never
Probably.
know.
Yeah. You see the grandbaby?
Yes, she
Okay.
started walking.
No kidding. Already?
Yeah, already. So like she was kind of walking and then like plopping down, and they're learning how to do. And like literally like day before yesterday, my son sends us a video, and she's just walking all over the house, not even like sitting down or nothing. She's just pretty much.
Oh, Katie
No
barred the
stopping
door
her
now.
now.
Yep.
No.
See, Tony, that's what all you got to look forward to here.
Are you back in? Where are you at now, Tony?
I'm back in Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't make it up there.
Well,
Yeah.
we had to come back to Washington, visit the father-in-law. Otherwise, we'd have stayed in Oregon. Stayed on the beach.
Oh man.
Oh, that's right. You went out there to one of the state parks or something, or a beach camp spot?
Yeah, a couple of campgrounds on the beach. We're close to the beach, I should say. Not many, and they're right on the beach.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
Spent some time in Florence, and then spent some time in Pacific City, which is
hiked right
we
through
like
both of those.
Pacific City. So, yeah, right in the same areas.
Yeah.
How about that? Very cool. And so you're back in Arkansas, Don?
Yeah.
I guess you are, because I can see everything there. You're in the
Our
garage.
lawnmower quit right before we left, so I've been trying to get it running. So our lawn is super high,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think I took the carburetor off, cleaned it and everything, put it back on, checked the fuel and everything. I think it could be a spark plug. I don't know.
Wow.
It
My brother's
ran and then quit the next, so I don't know.
My brother's down in Harrison, and he wants to get rid of his goats. If you want to eat goats,
Goats? Well, my wife would probably take them if they allowed us to have them, I'm sure.
yeah, they'd probably have a fit with that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, Harrison's not too far away, a couple hours maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely keep the grass down.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet our dogs would love them too.
Yeah.
Chasing them all over the
Yeah.
yard.
and they're little ones too. So and he's tired of them. He is. I think he may have gotten rid of them already. There was a guy that wanted them, and he said, "I want to get rid of them." And, he
Yeah.
did.
If we had land, my wife would have one of those Highland cows.
Oh, the
Mm,
big long hairs.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, now they've got the mini ones too, like the real, like the pygmy ones or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but they're the small ones, and she really likes those too. Not
Yeah.
for any reason, but to have a pet.
Hey, butt nuggets.
Yeah.
I love the name. That's great.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, Devil Dog. Mick, I like the goats. They're really cool, the goats. But he doesn't. He's thinking too much of, okay, so what do they bring in? The idea of pets doesn't enter his mind. If they're not contributing something to the farm, then they got to go. And I said, well,
You can always eat them.
that's what I said you can get milk. They said we tried that. Don't have they're not good. It's not good. So then, yeah. And they've got personalities too. They're just fun. They're just fun. Yeah, fainting goats. Yeah. When I was growing up, we had one. Dad got one goat. That goat hated me. Anytime I'd go outside, it would chase me all over the yard. And I would end up running up on the front porch. It would run up and it'd pin me to the wall, and it had long horns, and it put a horn on each side of me, and it was just pound me. And I hated that goat. His name was
Seems it
Pam.
was mutual.
Yeah, it was. And I didn't do now, Mickey, my brother that's got the goats now, or had the goats, he gave that goat grief. He was always trying to make it faint. And all it did was get mad at me. And we look nothing alike. So I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway. Yeah. Yep. It's one more thing. Nubians.
Well, you probably when I camped north of Bishop, is this little BLM campground, and the stars were out, and I had to wake up at 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning, as you do when you're our age. But I got my phone out and I just set it on like max exposure and that sort of thing, and I kind of got some neat shots of the Milky Way.
Really?
Yeah,
Very cool.
I'll have to send you a couple of them. I mean, they're not high quality by any means. They're iPhone shots at night,
But to get them with the phone, that's good. That's good. I'm hoping my goal is to go out to Big Brutus tomorrow. I'll spend the day. It's about an hour's drive from here, so I'll go spend the day there, finish up this video that I'm working on that will come out in about 3 weeks, and it'll be the last of this series. And then I'll go back tomorrow night because it's supposed to be clear, and I want to get, if they'll let me. I haven't asked them yet, but I'm trying to try to get the Milky Way coming up over the top of Big Brutus, this big old shovel. That's my
That'll
goal.
be a good shot.
yeah.
It ought to be fun. If they don't let me, then I think what I'll do, there's these strip where they had the strip mines, they've filled up with water now. And the water's very still. If there's no wind, it's very still, and they're like mirrors. So I'll go to one of those and try to get the reflection of the stars in the water and get the Milky Way coming up off of that.
Nice.
So I got options. I might do, if I can do both, I'll do both. We'll see. But yeah. It's fun. And then in about 3 weeks, I'm going to Colorado,
Where at?
Grand Lake.
Oh, yeah. That's where we camped just north of there.
Were you at the KOA? Okay, I'm going to the KOA there.
We were at Timber Creek Campground, just about 8 miles north of Grand Lake,
Okay.
or whatever town that town is. I guess that's the name of the town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's a pretty cool little town.
I'm looking forward to it.
Saw my first moose there. We went and I think my wife said she saw a little baby calf too, so we didn't get too close, but she's probably a couple of 100 yards away.
Okay. Well, that's my goal.
That's a beautiful park. If you have time, take that whole Trail Ridge Road all the way around to Estes.
Through Rocky, through the national park.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Okay.
I'd like to go through there. Every time I've been there, I've gone through the park, but not that direction.
Yeah.
And so then I'll go. Every time I've been there before, I've seen eagles everywhere. So I hope I can see moose and elk and eagles.
So you may know, like, they have some kind of timed entry thing between 9 and 2. So, but if you go early, you beat all the crowds too, and all the little waysides you can pull off for pictures and whatever are less crowded.
That's what I hope to do. I'll be there for 3 days, so I'll have time to maybe time some of that, and then also doing some stops on the way out there at some places in Kansas to take some photos and stuff there.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be a good trip either way.
I think so. I'm looking forward to it. A lot good solitude. I'm going by myself. I'm just, me. Everybody asks Connie if she wants to go with me on these things, and she says, "Do they have indoor plumbing? And do they have a bed with a mattress?" And no, okay, I'm not interested in it. So that's fine. I don't mind.
I liked Rocky Mountain National Park better than Yellowstone. Yellowstone was pretty. I mean, it was huge. I didn't realize Yellowstone was so big. That's the first time I'd ever been there. But there were so many people everywhere.
Okay.
We went 3 days straight to Yellowstone, and every day there was gobs of people. But we got to see some things, did some hikes and stuff too. Okay. So it was worth it. But
see any grizzlies?
No, we did. Well, no, actually we did. On the way out, the last day, we were driving out, and all these people were stopped on the road, as they do, right? And traffic backed up, and there was I don't know, it looked like maybe it wasn't a cub, but it wasn't a big grizzly either. It was on the other side of the river, and then it was on the other side of the river, just kind of moseying around, and
good place for it.
A couple of years old or 1 year old, I don't know, but yeah. And then we saw a lot of buffalo too, but a lot of geysers and fumaroles and all that, volcanic stuff too.
Oh, me.
But Grand Teton National Park is really pretty too. I really liked that. It was a little bit crowded as well, but and then I don't know, on the way there, before we met my son and them, I told you we were going through the Wind River area. And we found this kind of boondock camp spot south of Dubois.
Okay.
Do you know where that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like these 3 lakes. We drove about 6 miles on this dirt road and camped by this ring. It was called Ring Lake, and perfect. Had a pit toilet. There was a couple of fishermen there in the kayaks when we got there, but it was just us and them. And there was another camper, but they were gone, and they came back late at night. So we pretty much had it to ourselves.
Yeah.
That was really pretty.
Yeah, that would be pretty.
Love that area. That was gorgeous. Through there we drove from Rawlins up that way, and I'd never been up that way before. So.
Yeah. Max, I always think of him every time
I didn't know where he lived. I thought about reaching out to you to reach out to him if you knew, but I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But does he live on that edge of the state? I knew he was in Wyoming.
He is. sort of north of there.
Okay.
He's north of there. But yeah, I mean, I just those big states like that, I have a hard time placing. Tony does better than I do. I mean, I just have a hard
I have
time.
no choice. I have to navigate that stuff all the
Well,
time.
Yeah, yeah,
You and
yeah,
me
you
too.
do. I don't know what Grand Tetons mean. Yeah, it would be it's pretty out there, man. It was pretty out there. My only
Yeah, I went
problem is I
Eastern
don't know.
Washington last week for a couple days. That was fun.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Decided to go over, do some camping and some rock hounding. We did the camping part.
Oh, did you do any rock hounding?
Oh, the one place we found that was supposed to be really good. It was one of those things where I don't think we want to get out of the Jeep. The bugs
Oh,
were
really?
just so bad.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know if even bug spray is going to work.
Oh man, yeah.
Then we ended up getting stuck too.
Oh, did you with
Oh,
the
yeah.
RV,
No, with the Jeep.
with the Jeep? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're doing this hill climb going up, and it'd been great the whole way, no big deal. Well, every once in a while they dig those holes in the road to keep people from going through. Well, we couldn't see it going up the hill. Dropped the front tires right off the ground. Took us a while to get out of there as we're getting eaten alive by bugs.
Oh man.
yeah, yeah. Oh goodness. Yep.
Now the next place we were going, pulled up this dirt road for a while, and here's a gate. It's like, what the heck, So we ended up heading back towards the pass and just camping
Yeah.
where we camped the first night. It's like, all right, we'll spend a couple days here camping.
Oh
It was
man.
a decent trip overall, though, except for sleeping on the ground part.
Oh, you didn't have your hammock?
No, because we weren't sure what situation
Oh,
we're going to be in as far as camping goes. It's like, all right, let's just bring our tents.
okay.
Yeah,
Well.
I next time I'm bringing a hammock everywhere I go.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got another car tent. I haven't used it yet. I'll use it on this trip as I'm going out to Colorado. But company, let's see, Trickway. I think that's the name of the company. They saw my terrible fail with the Honda tent, and so they contacted me and said, "Hey, why don't you try this one? This might work better." So I'm excited to give it a shot. I love seeing everybody give Devil Dog a poke. Oh,
He gives as well as he takes. So.
Oh, he does. He does good. He does good. Yeah, my brother was Marine. Of course. And by the way, Don, did you have any pull lately to want to be under the water?
No.
Okay.
No. No, I'm over that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know.
Have that.
In Arizona this time of year, I think I'd want to be under the water.
Oh, when we drove into Tempe on Thursday, my car thing said 120.
No kid.
I got out of the car to walk to my daughter's apartment. It was like I got out, because I had the air conditioning on. It's like I stuck my head in an oven. It was brutal.
Oh my.
Now we're back.
Yeah, Tim's living out there, so he's dealing with that on a daily basis.
Oh,
My daughter loves
yeah.
it. Oh man.
Really? I guess if you could get used to it, but man, it would be. I mean, it's not the same as growing up in the Southeast because we had the humidity was terrible. But yeah, out there. I, I remember going to Phoenix for only time I really went to Arizona. Went to Phoenix for a conference, and it was so hot, and it was early in the year. I was thinking, man, I wouldn't want to live out here. Yep, only 101 today. Yeah.
I can't
that's
see the
not bad.
comments at the same time because I'm on my phone, but somebody
Oh,
asked
okay.
about a house in my garage or a garage in my house. It's a 3-car garage, and I've got the third car is my work area, hobby / workout room. So, and but it's 88 degrees out here right now, and it's really hot. So
No. No. I had my great niece and her new husband. They came in for the weekend, and Alex he wanted to see where I did these videos. He said, I got to see it. I said, well, it's not much to see, really, man. He came in here and said, that's it. I said, yeah, that's it. That's it. Why does it look so big? Because cameras lie.
Yeah. Now your area is about the same as what I got here.
Yeah, it really is. It's probably, maybe 10 by 8 foot deep and 10 feet wide. That's about what
Oh,
I've got.
mine's bigger. I got 10 foot by 10 foot.
Oh yeah, you're bigger than me. And Don, he's got, he's spacious, man.
yeah, I mean, I do like the
You can park a car.
room in this garage.
Yeah.
Kind of nice. I cleaned it out and organized it again a couple weeks before we left, and we set up the workout room, did some painting, and anyway, haven't really got to use the workout area too much. Now it's too hot to work out here.
Did you see Nuggets' latest
No.
comment? He's putting the googly eyes on your garage. I love it.
Well, I can't have a shop or anything because their property's not big enough, and they probably wouldn't let me anyway. This housing association, so I can't even put a shed outside. So my third car works as my shed / shop, which
I do love. I love it here because we don't have. There's no homeowners associations. There's no. I mean, everybody takes care of their place, but you don't have that. I do like it here. I do like it here.
I'd need a huge space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we'd want to park the motorhome in there and have the AC on the outside still.
Oh, me. Yeah, a friend of mine came through 2 weeks ago, or was it a week ago? They just bought is it a Class C motorhome? But they live in a big RV. They're in an RV park and live in it year round in Ohio, but it's under a big top, but they don't take it out, of course. So they bought this other one so they can travel because they don't want to. They're what they were telling me is that they are going to move. They're tired of winters in Ohio. They're going to move. So don't know where. I told them about you, Tony, and so then they started watching your videos because I said, Tony, that's his life. He nomads all the time.
Yeah.
So they have really enjoyed watching your videos.
Oh, if I parked my motorhome like that, I would definitely wall the place in, put AC in it, the whole works,
Yeah. And that's the way they're where they live all the time. It's more like a house, and it's just set up all the time permanently. But they're tired of winters, so they want to go south. Okay.
That's same with us. We just got tired of the constant rain.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it rained pretty bad on Saturday. It's like, I just got back on Friday because we were going to stay longer. And it's like, oh, 100% chance of rain on Friday. Oh, we might as well head back now.
Oh, me. Yeah, at digging, Nuggets talking about he just wants to dig a hole in the
That's a
ground
good
and live in
idea,
it.
too.
Yep. Yep.
Ground stays a certain temperature pretty much year round.
It
Yeah.
does. It does.
Cheaper
Yeah,
on
that
you
would,
too.
yep. Uh,
Are you still, Dan? Are you still planning on the Camino in September, October?
I am. October, we're leaving. No, I'm sorry. We're leaving September the 3rd. We have our airline tickets for September the 3rd. That's the plan anyway.
Okay.
And pretty much the whole month of September. Planning to fly back on the 30th.
Okay, cool. I'm anxious to see how it goes. Right now, I don't know if I told you, my daughter said she wanted to hike the Camino with me.
Oh, really?
And we were going to do it next, like April or May, and when she got done with school, but she couldn't take classes this summer, so that's setting her back a little bit. So now we're looking at September next year. So I'd like to see how the weather is and how busy it is and all that stuff.
Sure.
So are you gonna put out videos when you get back or during or?
Yeah, I plan to. I don't know if it'll be during or when I get back because I don't know what kind of connection I'll have while I'm over there. But we're doing the Primitivo. So
Okay.
I had wanted to do the Francis. So the Francis is 500 miles, but you come in through France, Saint Jean de Port, go across the Pyrenees, and then you hike across Spain.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to fly into Spain, and the Primitivo is the original route, but it's sort of like going through the Smokies. I mean, it's very similar to going through the Smokies, the mountains, and you're doing a lot of ups and downs. It's only 300 miles though.
Where does that one start?
Starts with an M. Just a minute, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. It starts with an M. Let's see.
Because she might be limited on time as well. We might not have time to do the France.
Well, that's why. Yeah, that's why we did this one because it's we can do it in about 25. You could about 25, 30 days is what we're looking at. But would like to told Rick, yeah, I do want to spend some time seeing things too. I don't want to just go.
Oh, so you don't want to do 25 miles a day?
No. There's a couple of days that we're going to have to do. One day we're going to have to do 22.
Oh, wow.
And a couple of days we're going to have to do 17. But then most of it's 10 to 12. So, and the only reason we got to do those is because there's really nothing in between.
Right. Lots of
Uh,
farmland, beautiful country. There's something
Beautiful
in between.
yeah, and if we had to, we would wild camp, but it's actually illegal to wild camp in Spain. So, where is it?
It'd be difficult too in a lot of those places, I think, just because
Yeah,
you'd be, be seen or exposed or something.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm sure if you just sat down on the side of the trail and fell asleep, nobody would bother you.
I'm sure, and I'm sure you could get by with it.
Well, they might bring the ambulance and put you on a stretcher.
Right. Get you to the next stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, where is it? I'm still looking. Let's see. Madrid.
You got a couple more months to figure it out.
I've got it all. I've got it all marked out. Oh, I got it over here. That's right. too many papers. Yeah, here we
Follow
go.
yellow arrow, Dan. Follow the yellow arrow when you get there.
Look for Toto. Aviado. We're flying into Aviado, and then we go from Aviado to Santiago.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you go
And-
through like Burgos or Leon or those big cities? I can't remember where the Primitivo goes.
No, if you do the Francis, it does, but no, they Logo. That's where it meets up with all the trails meet there, all the various ones.
That'll be a
But,
busy site.
Yeah, and that's when it gets busy. This one is much less traveled, so it's not so bad. And you got Paladin. Let's see, Aviado to Paladin. That's 12 miles, and then the next day we'll go from Paladin to Cornellija, and that's 10, 11 miles.
Oh, light
And then the next-
start. That's good.
Yes. Yeah. And then it's 11 miles. Then it's a 16 mile. And then it's a 17 mile. Let's see. Next to the last day is a 20 mile. That's the longest day that we'll have.
Yikes.
So by that time we'll have our trail legs. You're right.
Or you'll be hurting so bad.
And that's really it. Yeah. Yep. And then once we get to Santiago, we're going to continue on and go to Aviado and the Finisterre. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
Yep. But we'll see. We'll see if two old guys can survive it.
I can't wait to
I
see.
have no doubt about Rick because he's a Marine, so Devil Dog can cheer him on. Rick gives me so much grief. It's I don't know why I want to even hang out with him. Oh, be. But yeah, it'll be fun. Looking forward to it. So, Don, are you just sort of relaxing for a while before you plan anything, or you?
Yeah, I think I was actually thinking about signing up for some college courses. I have a few months left on my GI Bill that I need to use before it
cool.
expires. So I was actually going to take some classes, I think.
Okay. You working toward anything, or just taking some for fun?
There's a 2-year degree or certificate for geospatial information system, like mapping and cartography and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of was getting into that when I was my last job. I was working for the city. I was kind of working with the system that they'll be using in courses too. So I'll get maybe a little bit better at that stuff.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I'll go back to work.
Oh, that's what somebody asked me about retirement the other day. I said, it's the best job I've ever had. I love it. But there is, Tony, I don't know if you've done anything like that with your drone, but you can use a drone and do 3D mapping for the geo stuff. And that's pretty good bucks.
Yeah.
That, I understand. But that's work. And I'm allergic. I have an allergy. I can't do it.
It's answering to somebody besides yourself.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. Oh, a hole for a rabbit colony. I hope the rabbits weren't in it when it filled up with water.
I'm sure they didn't stay.
I'm sure they didn't. I'm sure they didn't.
No, I've never seen a rabbit swimming in a lake.
No.
Seen a lot of other critters swimming in a lake, not
Yes.
rabbits.
I had a friend that he's on the AT right now, and he sent me a picture of a big copperhead that was swimming. He said, I didn't know they could swim. I said, oh, yeah, copperheads are good swimmers.
Most all snakes are good swimmers.
Yeah, yeah,
Some of them dive under the water.
yeah. Cottonmouths. I don't like cottonmouths at all. They're mean and aggressive and territorial and not afraid.
I'm not a big fan of any of them.
No, and I'm not really either. But I can, the non-poisonous, I can sort of let them go. But anything that can bite you and fill you up with poison, I don't really want to be around it. Ah. Well, Bika was going to be with us, and then she had to do some work, so she wasn't able to join us. And I imagine Ken is out doing. Ken's been out on the AT doing trail magic for folks.
Yeah,
So that's been
cool.
That's been good.
Well, I'm considering maybe hiking the AT next year if I can. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on what I'm doing.
Through hike the whole thing?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of just trying to decide whether I'm a through hiker or just a section hiker, weekend warrior. I'm probably more of a section or a weekend warrior, to be honest.
Well, that's what I think Rick just hiked his last section. He's been hiking for 12 years, the AT, and he did his last section. I think he's got it completed now. But
nice.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah. He does good. He does good.
Probably take me 12 years to finish the Arizona Trail.
It would probably take me, yeah.
I mean, all those large water carries you got to do, that's just crazy.
That's what. So, yeah, Don, when you were on the PCT, what was the biggest water carry did you do?
It wasn't terrible, but it was, I don't know, about 18 miles maybe.
Okay.
Water.
Yeah. So how much water did you have on you while you were doing that?
I think I carried 4 liters. You know, I try to plan for a liter every 4 to 5 miles.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to do.
You know, and you drink it during the day, so the weight goes down. So.
Well, true.
The bad thing is it gets really warm, and it's not really fun to drink. But you know, you got to drink it.
Yeah, you got to get it down. You got to get it down. Did you use electrolytes or anything?
Yeah. About every other bottle, I'd do an electrolyte, and then I'd do like a flavored water if it was an electrolyte or something like that, just to keep me motivated.
Not taste like water.
Yeah. There's a couple of places water tastes really bad, but usually it tastes pretty good.
Okay.
Get it?
Okay.
I've seen videos of the Arizona Trail when they're getting it out of a cow pond or a cow trough, and it smells like cow dookie.
I think the filters work pretty good. It's safe to drink, but dang.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Every time I think of that.
Yeah, I think I'd probably filter it, boil it, and treat it with chlorine.
Every time I think of Dixie when in that one video and when she's digs that dead possum out of that trough and then filters her water out of it. Oh man.
Might have been that same one on the PCT. They had a cistern that I didn't get water out of it, but there was that and just a little spring before that. It was the only water in the, I think that might have been that 18-mile section, but there was a dead squirrel or rat or something in it. People said. So I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't get out of that.
Yeah, I think that was probably where it was because she was on the PCT when she did it.
Yeah.
And
That's why I enjoy car camping in the desert.
yeah,
I can
I'm
just
with you.
throw a ton of water in there, be fine.
You don't have to.
I mean,
that
I
car
had
can
some
carry
hikes
weight.
I've done out there where I've carried 3 to 4 liters of water on me, you know, and the
Yeah.
dog's carrying his own water. And it's like, we don't know when we're going to be back. We might be gone all day. Yep. There a couple times,
Yep.
so it's like, oh, we're halfway through the water. Time to turn around.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, that's what's the beauty of car camping is that car can carry a lot of weight. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about ultralight
Yeah.
stuff.
And usually, if you're really, terrible or whatever, you can get in the car and drive for some coffee and some real food.
Right.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
I've done
that's
that.
true. Yep. That's what.
I kind of got spoiled on this trip a little bit because that's what we were doing was car camping in these places, and it was like,
Okay.
we didn't have to carry anything. We're right here. We got everything.
Did you sleep in the back of your car? So what you?
No, we had another tent. I've had a 3-person kind of car camping tent for a while. I hadn't used it in like 5 years, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be all moldy. But I pulled it out before we left, and it was in great shape. So we
Okay.
used that.
Well, that's what this tent that I'm going to use in Colorado. It attaches to the back of the car.
Mm.
It gives you some living room space, and I'll probably sleep in the back of the Honda, but then use the other for cooking and lounging and that kind of thing.
And what do you do? Like raise the hatch in the back, and then
You raise the hatch, and it's like a collar, and the collar fits around it, so
Okay.
it all becomes one living space.
Oh, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it for my Jeep, but
There was a guy that had
sleeping in the Jeep, not easy for me. You know, I'm 6 foot. There's limited amount of space in the back of
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah. There's a guy that he had a Commander, and he
That would work, yeah.
used the same tent that I've got, but he has more space in that Commander than what I've got. I don't have that, but I do. If I take and fold the back seats down, I would have right at 72 inches. I'm 6 foot, so leave the hatch open, stick my feet out.
Right. That's why most of the time I just bring my cot out there in the desert. All I need then is some shade, you know.
Yeah, I may put the cot up out in the tent space. Do that, depending on how it goes. But I had that Honda tent, and I set it up once here at the house, and I thought it was going to be great, and then I took it out when I needed it, and that's when the poles, because it's sort of like a freestanding tent. You got these big poles, and the one shattered. The fiberglass shattered in my hand, and I thought I'd grabbed a hold of a porcupine. I had fiberglass shards all in my hand and pulling them out. It wasn't fun. It really stunk.
There is something to be said for the aluminum poles, but
Yeah.
even my tent's fiberglass poles.
Well, I'm a little leery with this one. The new one I've got is supposed to be a self-erecting tent, so you're supposed to be able to get under it. It just pops up. We'll see.
Only thing that scares me about those is putting them away.
Well, and that's the other thing. Yeah, I'm hoping it's well engineered. We'll see. It's Canadian made.
Yeah.
So the company that contacted me, they're a Canadian company, and they said, we saw your video where you had that big tent fail. You want to try ours? And I said, oh yeah, I'll try anything. So I'd still like to get like a 16-foot RV trailer to pull behind. I don't want something that's huge. I can't do it, Tony. I can't drive like you do. That thing it's a monster. How long is yours?
41 feet.
That's what I thought it was over 40 feet. Yeah. Wow.
Then you add the Jeep to the back, and it's almost 65 feet on there.
That's huge. What is a semi?
They range. Yeah, I don't know. I know they can get pretty big.
They're 40 feet themselves, so whatever the
Okay.
truck-
Yeah.
Okay.
You put 2 or 3 trailers behind that. Those guys
Oh,
drive that stuff around.
Yeah. I think in Kansas you can't tandem. You can only carry one.
No,
trailer.
you can't here in Washington either.
So, yeah.
Because we've thought about it at one point, putting our Go trailer behind the Jeep, towing the Jeep. Because in some states that's illegal. All we get out of Washington, we can just hook the Jeep up to the motorhome.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get down to Arizona and take that thing out in the desert and play with it.
Yeah. I like the looks of that one. That's what I'm.
It's small.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very small unless you're carrying bikes or something like that, and it's a little bigger canoe on top, depending on where you're going.
What's the weight on it?
Not much. I can pick it up with the tongue with one hand.
No kidding. Yeah, that may.
That's loaded.
I think that might be the thing I need to do.
They're not cheap though.
Yeah. Well, none of them are, but
Nothing good is anymore.
Yeah.
Because we paid $8,000 for that thing. We haven't used it a whole lot, but wife's like, well, if we don't use it while we're in Arizona, we're getting rid of it. And I was like, if we're in Arizona, I'm using it. There's places I cannot take this motor home, but I can put that thing behind the Jeep and go right out there,
That's what I'm thinking. And Connie she won't go with me. So I'm not.
Well, I have a toilet. No running water unless you pour it out of a cup.
Well, I saw a who makes it? They make a toilet, and they also make a little sink, and it's got a pump on it, and you can pump the water in the sink, and that's pretty cool. So
Yeah, I've seen those.
yeah, you can have a modular home. Just put the modules in there, boxes in there. Oh,
I know with my Go all the way set up, it's huge setup.
Well,
you got
when you're
the 10 by 10 gazebo, you've got a 12-foot awning off of that. You got a 8-foot awning from the trailer to the gazebo, and then that trailer you can sleep 4 in. You can push it and probably sleep 6 if you wanted to.
Huh?
Now,
Does it have
2?
Does it have a kitchen?
No, but I have a kitchen.
Oh,
I have a portable setup. No problem there. Just throw it and go.
Okay.
Lots of water, and I got a toilet tent, shower tent. So I have all those extras too.
Okay.
I got a toilet tent and a shower tent.
Yeah.
Or a his and hers toilet if you want to go that way.
Huh. Yeah, it would be neat. I'm trying to figure out something. I
can't wait to get it out there. I mean, there's so many cool places I've gone in the Jeep. It'd be nice to have the enclosed space with AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
only AC I get out there normally is help the wind's blowing a little bit. Because even when I'm in the Jeep, I might have the AC cranked, but how good's that with the windows down anyway?
Yeah.
Driving around with my head out the window.
Oh my. Yeah, Connie, well, we're gonna have to wait because we got her car and thought, okay, everything's fine until today. We registered it in Kansas. Kansas taxes are crazy. Crazy. I thought I knew how much it would be. It was almost twice what I thought it was going to be.
Oh
And
man.
I was guessing pretty high, but it was crazy.
Yeah, I think Kansas and Arkansas are about the same. They treat vehicles as property, and then they
Yep.
tax like personal property tax, and
Yep.
you gotta assess them every year, and then you pay tax on that
Oh,
assessment.
dang.
Dumb.
Yep.
Now,
Exactly right.
Washington's pretty simple. You get taxed on your purchase price. That's it. Then the license, of course. But
Yeah.
I just licensed my motorhome and my Jeep and my trailer, and I think it was $350 for all three.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you. It was. I while they were figuring it all up, I told Connie, I said, "How does it feel to pay taxes on a car that's 25% of what our first house cost total?"
Yeah.
I mean, that was what it was. It was crazy. Oh well.
Ouch.
What choices do you have?
Right.
You gotta do it. But next year it won't be that bad. But this was
The initial
paying
one.
sales tax. Yeah, paying the sales tax and the property tax on it. Like Don said, our property tax, everything here is considered property, and so you end up paying property tax on it, and it's silly. It's silly.
Yeah, if you have
That's
a boat or a motorcycle or an ATV side by side, it's all personal property and it gets taxed like that
Yep.
based on the assessed value here.
That's
Yep.
horrible.
Yep, that's the way it is here. That's the way it is here. But, yeah. Oh well. Well, it's about time. That went fast.
That was
a
good
quick
seeing
one,
you
yeah.
guys again.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm glad you finally showed
were
up.
here. Yeah. Yeah. We were wondering. We were going to send out the search party for you, Don.
I can't even remember if you guys met last week where I was at. I think I was in Oregon at my son's on
I
Monday.
think so.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah, we left on Tuesday morning, I think, there, and
Okay.
I'm down to my daughter's. But
I think I was at Walmart still.
Yeah, I think so.
I was like, well, I got to camp, got set up, you know, and it's like, oh, I got to go shopping. I haven't been near a store in a while, you know.
Good for you.
I was on the way back. It's like, oh, I'm not even going to make it back before the stream's over.
Well, Max and I had a good time. We had a good time visiting. It was good to talk to him, and he seemed to be doing good. So that's
good.
And, so next week I should be here, and then I'll probably be gone for 3, and then be back. But be here next week.
I'm here till the 7th, but after
Okay.
that, I don't know. It could be a month or 2.
yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I might not be around next week. My sisters and I may go see my dad, so we'll see. I got to call them
Oh, good.
down here, but
Yeah. Is he still in Oklahoma?
he's in Holly, Colorado.
Oh, he's in Colorado. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may go right through there on your way to up
Yeah.
there, Colorado. I don't know.
Maybe.
I stopped through there on the way up, and we were going to stop on the way back, but we just needed to get home, and my sisters hadn't seen him in a while, so I told them maybe we could go. So,
Yeah.
So more driving.
Of course. What else is there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll send stuff out next week, and if anybody can, that's great. If you can't, that's fine. No worries on this side, and I hope y'all all have safe travels and good ones. So,
All right. Thanks, Dan.
thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
everybody. Good
Everybody
to have
later.
you. All right. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.